Yeah, so
I can see that.
We all like what we like.
I don't blame that. I don't blame you.
Playing with me.
You said nobody want to see that?
Yeah, I would too.
Yo, Mark.
Flip, why did you go to 11
You went to a
schools?
special program. You went to cult school.
It's Marc Lamont Hill's Queen's Flip. That's correct indeed. These days, Marc doesn't let Flip get away with it. After a recent episode in which Flip reprimanded Marc for pointing out that Flip seldom ever contributes to topics, things have gotten worse.
Yo,
No, because that's what you got brought here for.
we are here to talk about the topics.
You got brought here for to talk. You can run your mouth so he can look at you.
That's what the podcast is, bro.
In one recent episode, Marc Lamont Hill would even do a clown flip in reverse. When Flip mentioned that he takes a shower in the dark, Marc would respond that he understood.
You said nobody want to see that?
Yeah, I would too.
Yo, y'all gonna stop.
This implies that Flip is embarrassed by his appearance and is trying to hide it while taking a shower. That was a very devilish comment. Additionally, it is possible that Marc was participating in excessively severe body shaming. When Marc asked Flip what he was doing, he made another subtly suggestive remark.
Flip. Yeah, I'm good, man.
Good, man. It's good to see you, brother.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, man. You said you've been filming lately. What you shooting?
Going back to how infrequently Flip participates in any of the show's conversations, it's no secret to viewers that Flip becomes silent for extended periods of time. Maybe Flip just understands that there are a lot of people on the show and that they can cover the silent moments he leaves. Therefore, he might simply be letting others shine by leaving the room. However, it seems as though he is frequently ill-prepared and just lacks ideas for topics to discuss. However, Flip's admission that he used to assist with his kids' homework would escalate the passive aggressiveness even further. Marc would then go on to make fun of Flip, asking how he could have taken part in it, given that he appeared to have had special education when he was younger.
Yeah, I didn't go to a special school.
You told us you went to.
I've been to 11 schools. I said
With
that.
special help.
No, I did not. Wait, stop.
You had IEP?
They were in the trailer. Yeah,
No,
he definitely
never-
had
I
IEP.
never-
How many
I
kids
agree.
was in your class?
Listen.
In this context, Flip is being ridiculed by Marc for a cliche that has accompanied Flip throughout his career. Oh, you create lowbrow content. You are the one who snatches cheeseburgers from people's grasp. Because of the lowbrow, mind-numbing, unnecessary, and sometimes dumbing information you create, you like becoming combative. In these back and forths, Marc is thereby contributing to the tales of Flip's career through some of the remarks. But when Flip said that Marc was a member of a cult school, he was being a haymaker.
Go to
You
11
went to a
schools.
special program. Went to cult school. What?
What?
Saying that Marc was a member of a cult? This plotline has persisted over Marc's tenure on the program. To be fair, he was the first to say it. However, I believe that Marc and Flip are getting closer to making a shot that is so incredibly personal that it will result in a blow-up, an edit, or jump that cannot happen on air, because I believe Flip will go there and that this is the first indication of a knockdown drag-out that will most likely result in him being removed from a show in the future. Later, Marc would leap again when Flip misidentified the president as Murray Burgum.
He was the president.
Nobody.
what?
Flip.
Murray Bertram was the president?
Wasn't he the president?
What he say?
Said Murray Bertram was the president. Of what?
Flip intended to convey that the New York City Department of Education was presided over by Murray Bertram. Flip seems quite upset, but I believe he is handling everything well. We'll see if he can handle this further, though, as it seems like the other actors are merely emulating the same level of enthusiasm that Joe gives Flip. It's only a matter of time till he loses it, since it's open season and others are making fun of him. And I don't mean the usual Flip snap in which he simply yells. I'm speaking of personal jabs and personal jabs, and I think Marc will be the one to catch him. Will Marc, however, respond with his own personal attacks, referring to Flip's private life and potential events there? We'll have to wait and see. Keeping in mind that Flip and Marc are the most significant additions to the Joe Budden network since Rory and Mal is crucial. With shots flying back and forth practically as soon as Marc was hired, there appears to be no shortage of on-air combat as a result.
Okay. No, you won't.
Do I do what? See, I want to play with you. So you do
like that.
I don't want you to play with
I
me.
wanna play. No. Stop touching me. Hold on. Play and play with words with you, and you do that a lot to be disrespectful.
I'm not being disrespectful. No, you don't want being disrespectful. Yeah, but that's different. You Haitian. That was like chickens were really money. Are you gonna?
Yo,
It's right. No. I got it. I got it.
Flip and Marc would argue about how the cast handled Marc when he initially came, which relates to Marc getting hired.
A new hire.
I didn't get
You
no
got
food,
mad
nigga. No, I
food.
didn't.
I
got
gave
you
you
knocked
my
on the window and
phone.
called
You
me 7
ordered.
Now, it's crucial to keep in mind that Joe Budden gave Marc Lamont Hill a hand when he joined the show. Joe Budden was able to send people home, instruct them to stay put, and suspend them more frequently as a result of the hire, which he initially framed as a method to offer those on air more time off. Following this, Melissa Ford was sending them home one by one. Other guests departed the program. Furthermore, I'm not sure if it was a vacation or if Marc simply made everyone feel disposable, which would support the cast's belief that Marc was introduced to minimize the importance of other people. Flip and Marc would still argue over who was given preferential treatment when they were hired, but I'm not sure how to phrase it, guys. Joe was so thrilled to have someone on his staff whom he could count on to boost the show's excitement when Flip initially arrived. He would smile and be pleased as he looked at Flip with the same eyes he now uses to gaze at Mona. After an age of Ish and Ice, there was a lot of excitement in the room. After Rory Mall left, the program became unsteady, but Ish and Ice managed to get it under control. However, the stabilization reached its limit and became monotonous after a few years. Flip would step in at this moment and schedule the show's viewing. And I believe that once he arrived, Patreon's numbers increased since I began using Patreon myself and stopped canceling it as frequently. However, after a few years, Flip began to become stale himself, and Joe was thrilled again when Marc arrived. This was, after all, the Joe Budden Network's first truly prestigious hire. A broadcaster was Marc Lamont Hill. He was employed by CNN. Melissa Ford did have some past podcasting experience, but not as much as Marc. He had a PhD and was a graduate. Who would have guessed that Joe would eventually recruit someone with Marc Lamont Hill's qualifications, regardless of how controversial his talking points are? I want to conclude this video by asking whether Marc and Flip actually have problems with one another, or if the Joe Budden podcast is simply creating a culture of constant rivalry and comparison. The Joe Budden podcast has been compared to a reality television program. Additionally, one tactic used by reality TV shows to maintain the drama is to incite animosity among viewers. Yes, it's frequently fictitious, but those plots are frequently based on truth. Additionally, you can see that Marc and Flip are battling for verbal space. Additionally, they are battling for relevance on the show and the capacity to gauge who has the greatest influence. Flip was the first to increase views, but Marc was the one who made it possible for the show to be shown differently and is, well, a more prestigious hire than Flip was. But please share your thoughts on this back and forth. I mean, it seems like everything has changed since Flip called out Marc. Flip will become very personal, so Marc must be deadly. And I don't believe Flip will like it if Marc becomes overly personal.